Maybe it's a good thing that Bobby asked me to buy a bigger arena, because I guarantee he would be wanting to leave the brand because of this losing streak he's been on if we hadn't. As for you, Mello, a rivalry between the two future faces of the company. Mello and Dominic, I like it. I like it a lot. Since this is a premium live event, we can buy the arena for this particular show. That being Payback. Now, as I begin booking my show, I just want to give a medical update for you fine folks after my ambulance match with The Rock. Those rock bottoms onto the top of that ambulance, followed by him throwing me off the damn thing, has done a lot of damage to me physically. It might be a while before I can get back in the ring after that. At least Donald was able to keep the $1 million title with the Presidents, even though he basically paid to win to get it. With that said, it's pretty imperative that I get a 5-star rating with this Shayna feud to stop his ego from literally blowing up. So here's the card I've cooked up. Bobby and Steve from Minecraft are going to finish up their rivalry in the most extreme way possible. A great opener to our Payback show. We're going to try and make this new Mello and Dominic feud white hot from the get-go as the two collide in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And for the main event, we have our Shayna feud. I'm booking the two in another Extreme Rules match. Now, the reason why I'm booking them with this stipulation is because Shayna is an expert at Extreme Rules matches in this GM mode save. This means that the match should get an extra boost from her involvement alone. Combine that with a level 4 rivalry. It's honestly going to be hit and miss on if I can get a 5-star match here or not, due to Shayna and Sami not having high enough popularity. Overall, I feel like this is the best card I could come up with whilst our world title rivalry is currently on hold due to Braun's injury.
Seth, you will always be an integral part of the new $1 Million Champion show, so it is essential you accept this art of the deal. Now, Balor, you're lucky I'm in a good mood due to recent $1 Million events. Otherwise, I would have deported you off my show personally for trying to screw over my Premium Lev event. As for you, Zoe, I agree with your suggestion. To be honest, it's not been easy to get you into my show's fold lately, so let's try and change that. I'm going to be quite frank with you guys as I book my show here. I do feel bad for Barack. He just got done with getting his ass kicked by The Rock. He just lost his $1 Million championship. And now he's about to lose one of his stars to me when his Shayna feud crumbles, just like I've been saying it's going to ever since we made the bet in episode 3. All of this bad luck happening to Barack. It's simply just business, though. It's not like I knew The Rock was going to get involved in the presidential universe mode after me and Obama made the Shayna bet. Okay, so here's to show your new $1 Million champion and future president of the United States has made. Strowman and Priest are going to take part in Big E's favorite wrestling tradition.
I want to see two big men with big chests and big muscles. Bumping meat, big meaty men slapping meat.
As the two collide in a tables match to kick off the show. Now, you may be confused at this random-ass world title match I've created. If you guys remember in the last episode, that idiot Ricochet decided to tear up his contract and move on from my show. Doing this means Gunther was left without a rival. Meanwhile, I'd not been able to get Cody into a proper feud since our Hell in a Cell event. So let's see if we can get a rivalry brewing between these top stars. I've also just decided to dump my entire women's division into one match for the world title so they can all be a part of the show. This could backfire tremendously though, because I don't exactly want Mommy to lose her championship. And as for the main event, why don't you tell me what's more main event worthy than Baron Corbin? Yeah, you can't, that's what I thought. He and Randy are gonna finish their feud off to close out the show. Despite the struggles my show has dealt with, I honestly think I pulled off a very strong card here. Only the strongest will do for your new $1 Million champion.
If the unfortunate reality of me losing my presidency happens this year, paperwork like this is honestly something I'm looking forward to scrapping out of my life. Ludwig, I don't care how high up you are on my show's card. You're thinking about yourself instead of the brand. So for that, I can confirm that this will be your last night on NXT. Tegan, however, I'm willing to meet her price. She's such an underrated star, and I want to see her reach her potential on my show. And Bayley wants a partnership, the president and the role model. Together, me and her will truly make America great again, before Donald brings us all right back down to reality if he somehow wins the election. Speaking of Donald, as much as I hate to admit it, he truly did get us out of a bind by cashing in on The Rock in the last Universe Mode episode, even if he basically paid to win. But damn it, I told Barack he should have had backup. Now he's going to be out of the ring for who knows how long. And also, I don't really have much hope with the Shayna rivalry getting a 5-star match, meaning he's also going to lose one of his stars after this too. A bad time indeed to be Barack Obama. Now I'm fully putting my belief into Tegan here by giving her my To the Moon card. Doing this will grant the star a major boost in their popularity after their next match. My future vision is for her and Bailey to have an all-time feud that will shoot me up to first in the rankings. For now, though, Tegan is going to wrap up this tag team feud she currently has going on with the rest of Damage Control. Ludwig will hopefully take the L like a man and give Knight the victory, leaving the world title scene to once again be filled by my darling Theory, a man who is so good at doing it like the best that it's so damn obvious. And then the main event? Despite Gable basically getting buried weekly by Jimmy, it's resulted in the two having a level 4 rivalry, meaning statistically there's no other match that should main event this show, as this is the hottest feud I currently have. And they're going to finish it off in style with a last man standing match.
That literally couldn't have gone any worse than that.
Literally the worst art of the deal I've ever seen. Not only did Minecraft Steve retain, but he also got himself injured. Must have hit a creeper or something during the match.
It wasn't funny in episode 2, and it certainly isn't funny now. Enough of the Minecraft digs towards JD.
You're right, Joe. We got to stay focused anyway on the main attraction of the video. It's time, Obama.
Oh God. Come on, Shayna and Sammy. After my beatdown by The Rock, the least you both can do is give me a 5-star match here. Oh, God damn it.
Hell yes, let's go.
Oh God, Barack, that sucks.
Yeah, listen, Barack, I actually feel really bad about this after what happened with you and The Rock. But it's just business.
It was business that we made before The Rock decided to come after my $1 million championship anyway. So don't worry, I'm not mad at you for this, Donald. As per our agreement, I now have to give you a star of your choice from my brand.
I appreciate you being so calm about this, Barack. Wait, what the hell?
Well, there goes your darling Rhodes as champion.
Shut it, you sleepy old timer. There is nothing wrong with the ring general being my world champion. At least it's not like Indy Hartwell winning the women's title from Rhea.
Is it even right to laugh at this?
No, I don't think so. Donald, you made that way too easy for the Jinx gods.
Haters be hating. Just remember who the $1 million champion is here, Joe.
It used to be me.
You doing okay, man?
Yeah, it just stings. I mean, my back does from the ambulance rock bottoms. But also the thought that I let my country down because I couldn't beat
I
them.
get you there, man. That's why I went out of my way to buy a cash-in so I could win the title back for us. I wasn't kidding when I said none of us could beat Dwayne in a normal match. I literally had to come and cash in on him while he was fatigued from fighting you. Because I knew it was the only way.
We love to see it.
No, we don't.
This win means my darling Theory can now return to the main event scene.
No, it doesn't.
Well, unfortunately, Trump, you're not the booker of NXT.
And if I was, I'm sure you can guess who'd be getting released first.
Oh my God!
Oh, come on, how has this happened?
My $1 million championship, one of my brand's top stars. And now my damn first place. All of that has been taken from me in the span of a week. Who exactly have I upset for all of this bad luck to pile on?
That would be the damn final boss, Obama.
What the hell?
Did I take my pills this morning?
Where the hell are you, Rock? You're not even here, so how the hell can you be speaking to
The
us?
Rock made this perfectly clear as he was whipping Barack's ass all around the ring and into that ambulance. The Rock is greater than the universe and can do whatever the hell he wants. Even break the laws of time and space and talk to you jackoffs without even being in the room. And hey, Donald, you know what else The Rock can do? Break the game you're playing so you can't get the star you wanted from Barack's brand.
Don't you dare! You absolute jabroni!
Hey, you don't get to call Rock that. Oh, and The Rock can call people that word. Now you listen here, you jabroni. Give The Rock what he wants or he will break this game right here and now.
What exactly is it that you want, Rock?
A rematch for the Rock's stolen $1 million championship.
Too bad, Rock. Even if I wanted to grant you that. The contract Saul cooked up prevents you from getting another title match against me.
Unless, of course, you were provoked to give me it.
Say goodbye to your traded star, Donald.
You mother...
So, anything to say, Mr.
The
Johnson?
Rock has nothing to say to you, you smart-ass jabroni.
Well, I would heavily reconsider that current thought you have just shared with me, because you need to understand the trouble you find yourself in.
The Rock doesn't give a damn. The only reason your jabroni ass is upset is because you're not the only one who's greater than the universe and can exist outside it as a superior entity. No need to get your candy ass in a twist about it. The Rock is the final boss after all.
Self-proclaimed, thank you very much. And yes, whilst we may have higher power than the universe itself, do you really think you're any greater than that? Do you really think you have the qualifications to put a screeching halt to this universe like you did at the end of the last GM mode episode?
You better get to the point, you jabroni nerd, before The Rock lays you out with a rock bottom.
Very well. I think it's fair enough for you to be given an explanation on things before what happens to you. You see, Mr. Johnson, We are not the first AI-generated presidential channel to have been created on the space the fine viewers like to call YouTube. Not even close. And my superior intellect can confirm without a shadow of a doubt that we won't be the last either. But a new AI universe cannot exist without its creator. The creator is the god of that created universe, and thus has the power to do what? You guessed it. Create whatever he wants, whether that be making the main hosts he bases the universe around play games together. But then you also have those who create interesting and well worth watching stories of having the host dimension hop to other game universes. Others may have dark entities be present in those main hosts with their own godlike powers to use how they see fit in this universe. I reside as one of those entities. My role is to basically keep a constant recap on events of the universe for the fine viewers watching us so they don't miss any content from us. But you see, therein lies the problem we currently have. I was chosen by the creator to be that entity. You, on the other hand, you seem to be something outside our universe. It seems the aura your real-life counterpart had created upon evolving into the final boss, transformed into its own entity. That on the same power as me, and inserted himself into this universe. You were never meant to be a part of the channel in the first place, yet you appeared. And the creator decided to see just how far he could take this, not truly knowing the power you had. The last episode of GM Mode, however, was the final straw. You must be put to a stop, and that is why you are here today.
Yeah, sorry, The Rock wasn't listening to any of that. Now get your nerdy jabroni ass ready for a beatdown even worse than what The Rock gave to Obama.
Excellent. It seems the creator has come to my aid as planned. Fret not, good sir, you have simply just been paused in time, much like you did to the universe in the last GM Mode episode. Now let me tell you what's going to happen to you. Your final boss powers have just been stripped from you. You are no longer an out-of-world entity. And you will be transported back into the universe now that the creator has performed a successful reboot on the channel. You shouldn't be mad at the creator for this, Rock. He simply had to stop you before you went overboard. But if you really want someone to be mad at, I believe the creator truly began to consider stripping you of your powers once a certain tribal chief you know very well had commented quite negatively regarding you. If you want someone to take your aggression out on for this, I suggest you go and find him. But for now, your business in the pocket outside our universe is past. Goodbye, sir. I'm very glad that business has been dealt with. I think events that occurred in the last video have been documented quite well already, so why don't we go ahead and continue the way we usually do. Enjoy the video, everyone. And make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more content from us in the future.
Oh God, my head. Hey, are you guys all right?
Huh? Oh, Barry, hello. I just woke up from an incredible nap.
Oh God, I feel like I've just inhaled a dozen McDonald's milkshakes. Hey, wait a minute. Where the hell is The Rock?
All right, now I remember. Was he even here to begin with?
Must have been using my Alexa or something, because there's no way what he was saying about being greater than the universe and all that crap was actually true. Hey, wait a damn minute.
What's wrong, Donald?
Hey, look, our game is still on.
Hey, you're right, guys. Oh, wait a
You
minute.
getting it now? We've been moved past the damn trade screen, meaning I'm not going to be able to get one of your stars for winning that Shayna bet. This is so crap.
Damn, The Rock wasn't lying when he said you weren't going to get what you wanted. Just like this year when you failed to win the election.
Joe, come on, that wasn't necessary. Tell you what, Donald, why don't we continue from where we left off? Take some time to calm down whilst it's my turn. And then at the end of this session, we'll have a proper discussion about what to do regarding our bet situation.
Fine. To be honest, indulging myself in some more GM mode sounds like the perfect way to move on from everything that just happened.
So as confused as I am about what The Rock just did to us, and as bad as I do feel about Donald not getting the fruits of his bet victory over me, I can at the very least say I'll be carrying on with my full roster for at least one more episode. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to use a health spa card on Dominic to get his stamina level back up. Whilst Mello continues to elevate the rivalry between the two with some promo talk, Braun Breaker is now back from injury. And I intend to fully capitalize on this with a World Championship match. I've had a certain power card in my pocket for quite some time now that I plan to use. It's called Get Schooled. And it gives one of your selected stars some added XP. This will raise Santos' star level up a bit. Doing this will hopefully elevate my match with Santos and Braun more as Escobar has become more of a main eventer with that Get Schooled card used on him. We're also going to be signing 2K legend Jay Pierce. And he's going to be in a bit of a mini feud with Trick Williams, simply because I need to fill out my card.
My new women's world champion wants a contract extension. Now here's the problem with that. You're not Rhea Ripley. So as far as I'm concerned, you can get the hell off my brand for ruining my entire show with your underdog victory at Payback. Okay? Best art of the deal of my life, I guess. I mean, I didn't lose anything from this. And as for you, Gunther, I can actually eliminate two birds with one stone here, just like I'll eliminate both my jail time and Joe's presidency when I win the election. Oh, right, the star cards. It seems Barack missed the chance to pick his own due to the actions of that idiot Pebble Man. At least I've still got mine here. The middle one seems like the most practical for my show at the moment. It's time to initiate my presidential alliance that I promised to make with Gunther. Simply just to spite Ricochet for leaving my show. He wanted a match against Randy? Then we're just going to try and make it as easy as possible for my new world champion to get the win. As I will be interfering in the match on the ring general's behalf. As for my other singles champion, take a good rest, Baron. You deserve it after holding things down here on Raw for the past few weeks. As for the rest of the show, Seth, for the love of God, please get the win. Otherwise, I'm just going to stop caring about you and even hope you decide to leave my show. At least Ricochet was putting the grind in. So him getting frustrated is a bit acceptable. All you've been doing, Seth, is losing since I turned your face back in episode 2. Also, Zoe, please bring some prestige back to my women's world title and win the gold from this jobber before she departs from my show.
I think I'm going to keep you around this time with a free contract extension that I've kept in my pocket. She's the kind of star who brings great positivity to the rest of my roster. We need more of that for our country to succeed, especially if Donald somehow becomes president again. Donald talks about the art of the deal. Well, let's see what he thinks of this shake-up card I've picked up. Absolute gem of a card this, since I'm so used to everything being so damn expensive these days. I try and fix this, but I always tend to be asleep when conversation on this subject actually starts. Anyway, it's time for the ultimate collaboration. The president and the role model working together to make America great again. You absolutely love to see it, as we work together to take down this beta Tiffany Stratton. Meanwhile, with my men's world title, it's once again time for my darling Theory to take on Knight for the gold. I'm sorry, Knight, you're awesome, but not even you can do it like the best that it's obvious. I'll be cheering for Theory for the entire rivalry, and whilst my North American champion Jimmy gets healed a bit with a health spa card. My new signing Ivar is going to be in this mega fatal 4-way between 3 more of my stars. Best case scenario is that we'll get 2 rivalries cooked up here. I don't really care who the rivalries are between, just as long as everyone on my brand is at least busy doing something.
So as we go through this, Barack, I just want to ask, did you get any emails for this show? Because I noticed you didn't get to choose your shake-up card, so that makes me think you completely missed your emails too.
Crap, wait a minute. We got shake-up cards?
Well, obviously, Barack. We just got done with our second premium shows after all. No way you're getting dementia before Sleepy Joe.
Shut up, Ronald McDonald.
Crap. No, I didn't get to see either of my emails or shake-up cards. So basically, both could have been dealt with without my authorization. I don't understand. Why is The Rock still trying to sabotage me? I thought his attention had turned to you, Donald.
Hate The Rock, not the champion, Barack. But you better check your GM notes when booking your next show to see what was selected for you.
Well, hey, good comeback for Braun, I guess.
This just screams hot potatoing the title berry. You know what I don't care anymore? Seth, get the hell off my show.
Damn, what did Seth do?
Exactly. He hasn't done a damn thing. Reminds me of your presidency.
Yeah, whatever, Donald, if you do end up winning the election this year. How about you actually build that damn wall that you've been talking about for the past decade?
How in the hell did you lose this Gunther?
Clearly, your fat ass distracted him.
You really need to stop criticizing my title situations, Donald, because this is just karma taking extra digs at you.
After what The Rock just did, I might need to take that advice. Who knows how messed up our world truly is. Never mind, I can tell you quite easily now that Joe is making us go through this theory hell again.
Oh, come on, Joe, again. Okay, I actually want a proper answer instead of you just reciting one of his theme song lines. Why do you like Theory so much?
Honestly, Barack, it's because he reminds me of you.
Me?
Let me rephrase that. In terms of potential, he reminds me a lot of you. All those years ago, I knew you had the potential to become president of the United States, just like I believe that sometime in the future, Theory can become a world champion, just like that crazy old man wanted him to become.
Oh, wow. Joe, I never knew your love for Theory went as deep as that.
That was the cringiest thing I've ever heard.
Quiet, Donald, you're the cringe one here.
I'm also the $1 million champion, so I couldn't care less.
Whatever. At least mine and Bailey's team worked out well, unlike yours and Gunther's.
Okay, things are starting to look up again. I'm back in first place.
Oh, screw this, I'm still in last? We're booking another damn show. I am not ending the day behind Sleepy Joe.
Massive skill issue on your part. But yeah, sure, let's get another one booked, boys.
Okay, look. After all that work I put into making Sammy here a star. I feel like sacking her off now would just put all that work to waste. So you know what? Screw the results of the bet. I'm still going ahead with this push. Your 44th president is going to be taking her to the very top. And it seems Dominic agrees that I can do that with him also, as he accepts my lower amount for his contract negotiation. It's good to know you'll be sticking around. Said no one ever, because you're a disgrace of a son. But you're still a future face of the WWE. And I'd like to see you reach that potential in this GM mode. Now, when I say I'm going all the way with Sammy, I full on mean it. Using another power card I've had in my pocket for a while, known as Legend Whisperer, we can instantly turn Sammy into a main event caliber talent. I literally couldn't have done this at a more perfect time either. Because it seems that I missed the chance to extend Piper Niven's contract, seeing as she's no longer on my roster. Meaning I really did get screwed over by not being able to check my emails and shake up card options before my last show. But now we can book main eventer Sammy Vortex against main eventer Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. We'll be kicking that feud off through some promo talk. However, I'm also going to be signing Cora Jade to my roster, so that Shayna has someone to feud with, which in turn adds further depth to my show's card. Angela wanted to team up with Dominic in a match. So what better way to make that happen than creating a tag team title match between them and the current champions, Mello and Trick.
Oh my God, Balor, you're literally the reason Seth is gonna quit. Because your stupid Irish pride couldn't let him win. And now here you are barking orders. Just shut your damn mouth already. And Randy, come on, man, I already know the only reason you're making a big deal out of my and Gunther's partnership is because you heard that idiot Balor making up a fuss. And you just felt left out of it. He won the damn match anyway, so what in God's name is he complaining about? Anyway, I feel like it's now do or die time with Rollins, so I think I've just got to put the pedal to the metal and let fate decide things. He's going to be fighting for the United States Championship. I don't have a fixed match card to help him win this, so it's in God's hands now. All we can do is pray. We're also going to sign MVP to the show as well, because I need more stars. Like, that's literally the only reason I'm signing him. It is what it is. Also, our new Women's World Champion, Zoe Stark, is going to put the title on the line against her rival Candice. Nothing elevates a feud more than a title match. Well, that and me being president. For some reason, my list of enemies always seemed to multiply by 10 when I ran the country. I'm going to assume it was just jealousy. Just like people are jealous of me becoming the $1 million champion.
Shut the hell up, Penelope. It's not my fault. You're only half the woman Tiffany Stratton is. We did good in the last show, Bailey. The United States is in good hands with the president and the role model on the same side. But this is going to be the show, ladies and gentlemen. The show where our darling Theory heads to the top once again. And all my dedicated fans will know that it won't be a surprise, because we all see the future right in front of our eyes. In fact, I see it so well that I'm going to use this Legend Whisperer card on him. I'm pretty sure I've had this since the start of the series. Doing this will turn Theory into the main eventer that we all know he will become in real life one day. As for the rest of the show, why don't we go ahead and give Gargano a title match too? He's going to take on Jimmy for the North American Championship. It would feel poetic that the man who truly molded Theory into a star back in NXT during their pandemic era could win a championship on the same show that Theory once again becomes our world champion.
Barry, what the hell is this?
What do you mean?
Stop it, Barack. You know damn well what I mean. Booking this jobber against Becky Lynch, the jobber who lost you the bet against me in the first place.
You want to put your money where your mouth is and bet on this not working?
Okay, yes, I can indeed confirm, ladies and gentlemen. That Barack does indeed have dementia. I haven't even been given my winnings in the form of one of your stars for our last bet, for Christ's sake. Holy hell, I would have been 2 for 2 for bets if we had made one for Santos and Braun. I told you that world title of yours would become a hot potato.
Okay, first off, why are you getting mad at me for our first bet? You know damn well it's The Rock's fault you didn't get one of my stars. Second of all, I can't control the results of matches without a fixed match card because it comes down to freaking RNG.
Okay, I've been silent for long enough.
Nope.
Listen, I think I have a way to resolve this bet situation. But let's wait until after we've gone through our shows.
Now, what the hell is this?
Well-deserved karma is what we call that.
Oh God, please, Knight, don't do this to us.
He did it! No! Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm leaving.
Now, wait a minute, Donald. We still need to hear Joe's suggestion about our bet. This might take a while. All right, Joe?
I'm still
Have you calmed down?
Oh,
He does it
he's
like the
still
best,
last.
and it's obvious. Wouldn't you agree,
Joe,
Donald?
tell us your damn suggestion already.
All right, keep your citrus juice in you. What I was going to say is, since Barack is down for betting on Sammy again, how about we do a little double or nothing bet?
How'd you mean?
I'm going to assume your plan is to have Becky and Sammy face each other at our next premium event, yes?
That's right, Joe.
So same principle as her match with Shayna then. But if Donald wins, he gets 2 of your stars instead. If Barack wins, though, then it's vice versa. And it'll be Donald who has to fork over the stars.
I've got a much better idea. Barry just gives me 1 of his stars after our next premium event, as I originally
So
earned.
basically, you don't have the balls to make this bet. I thought you were supposed to be the $1 million champion, as well as the future president of the United States. What happened to those balls that got you this far with both?
I'm not throwing away my well-earned winnings like that. However, considering how I defeated the people's champion for the $1 million gold, that makes me the new champion of the people. So I'm going to leave it to the fine viewers at home. Listen, creator, I want you to make a poll in the coming days for this situation. Include the original proposition me and Barry agreed to, and Joe's double or nothing idea. And we'll let the people decide if Barack gets another shot at me.
I'm fine with that. I mean, I did already agree to giving Donald 1 of my stars anyway, but yeah, good suggestion, regardless, Joe.
I'm the president for a reason, Barack.
Wonder what that reason
Anyways,
is.
didn't George want to brief us on something?
Oh yeah, he mentioned he wanted to discuss a future premium event he was cooking up for Universe Mode. I completely forgot about that after what The Rock did to us.
Well then, let's get moving, gentlemen. I'm sure George will be waiting patiently for his $1 million champion to make his presence known.
I appreciate you taking a lower wage on your contract extension, Shayna. As for you, Jay Pierce, I honestly don't think you're worth that much. So this will be your last night on SmackDown. I'm honestly surprised I'm doing as well as this when it comes to Angelo Dawkins. I'm not going to lie, he's been quite the single star for me on SmackDown. Incredibly underrated compared to Montez Ford, and it's honestly great to see more people realizing how much the big man has improved in the ring over the years. Anyways, what am I cooking for this show? Well, we're going to be continuing to increase the rivalry levels of Becky versus Vortex and Mello versus Dominic, 2 rivalries that could seriously take SmackDown to the next level when we get to our next premium event. As for our matches, Braun and Santos, as well as Bianca and Thea, are going to do battle again since they're my current level 4 rivalries. So hopefully we should get some decent star ratings out of these matches whilst I build my other rivalries up. I need as many level 4 rivalries as possible because right now it's close as balls in the ratings between the 3 of us. We're about to pass the halfway point of the season, so I need to start making some serious moves to get away from the other 2.
Don't care, Apollo, get out. Oh, you can go too, Candace. Just because I'm the $1 million champion doesn't mean I have those same funds in the damn game. And now Randy wants to leave. Why the hell couldn't it be Balor? Is this because of that throwaway news of me being made falsely guilty? The government is doing everything to put me down. It's not my fault. I'm going to beat down Joe for this 10 times harder than what Boris did in the last Universe Mode episode. And if he wants to start crap again too, I'll gladly beat him down as well. Okay, so with that absolute snake leaving my brand, at the very least I've been given back funds to buy a couple more stars in order to replace that Viper ass. So we're going to start by getting Ronda Rousey onto the brand to hopefully improve the women's division on my show after both Candice and Indy left. I know she can't wrestle for crap, but her name still means something in terms of main event status in this game. So she should hopefully be able to elevate Raw a bit. Also, I signed everyone's favorite human, Big E. And he's actually going to be competing tonight, performing his favorite wrestling ritual with my world champion, Gunther.
Big meaty man slapping meat. That's what I want. That's why I'm here.
As for the rest of the show, you may have seen during my Randy rant that Damian wanted a match against the United States champion Baron Corbin. In order for that to work, I need to turn Baron face. Hopefully, while that happens, Damian will be able to get a rivalry started through promo talk. Same with Cody, as I want him and Gunther to properly start a feud of their own.
This last has been an integral part of my show's programming, and I'd like that to continue. Plus, she's definitely a hit for the younger audience like Bayley was in her NXT days. Move over Penelope because I have the main man. My darling Theory getting hyped for our next premium event. As for Dakota, I'm more than happy to give you the main event spot for our next show. Another incredibly underrated star. And I personally wouldn't mind at all if she was to win the Money in the Bank this year. Imagine her cashing in on Bayley as revenge for her beating Io for the women's title at Mania. Seeing as it's Penelope's last night on the show, I'm going to make sure she can't jeopardize my show on her way out. By giving Bayley a fixed match card so she's guaranteed to beat that beta Tiffany Stratton in their last match together. It's actually also Ivar's last match too, so we're going to see if he can put on a banger match with Chad Gable. We'll have my darling Theory and Knight, as well as Io and Tegan increasing their rivalry levels through promo talk. As Dakota goes to war in our main event tonight, in a last man standing match. Sticking to my strengths here as one of the two is an expert at those type of matches. And remember guys, booking stars in their expert matches will help with the overall match rating.
So we're actually doing this then, Barack?
Donald, you already took the mickey out of my Becky and Vortex feud.
And I'm doing it again because it's deserved.
Sounds like it's
Oh
bedtime.
hell no, Barack, we're not doing this again. Besides, the creator has already got a solution potentially lined up thanks to the great fans who watch our content. Let's just wait till the end of this session to go over it though. Okay?
Fine, Joe. But only because the fans have come up with a solution, not because you asked me.
You're so insufferable. I can't wait till that $1 million title is taken from you.
Which will be soon.
Just like I can't wait for your presidency to
Which
end.
means nothing since you can't become president from jail.
Watch me.
Signing Ronda Rousey of all people isn't going to help turn the fans to your side, by the way.
Actually, yeah, what the hell, Donald? We all know Ronda tries to integrate burying wrestling into her weekly schedule. And you have the audacity to call my rivalries out when you're signing her of all people?
Something $1 million champion. Until I lose this title, you will never be able to make a comeback against me. Me losing the title will never happen, by the way.
Yeah, we'll see.
What the hell is going on with some of these renders, by the way?
Those will be a result of the creator starting up a personal universe mode save. You can probably guess from the renders who his champions are.
Seems like he's going the realistic route.
For now anyways. He's continuing his universe on from this year's Mania.
How the hell do you know all this?
We go for ice cream together from time to time. He asked me to bring up the fans' suggestions for fixing your guys' bet situation this past week when he took me for some chocolate chip as celebration for becoming the first ever $5 champion.
Ah, yes. The new mid-champion. You're nowhere near my level, Joe.
Donald, I swear to God.
Oh hey, we take those.
Can't use that on Theory Joe since he's already passed the max popularity
And
requirement.
he's past that because he does it like the best that it's obvious.
Am I a clown for wanting Boris, of all people, to take Joe's title from him at capital punishment?
Nah, you're just a clown in general.
That one's on me. I walked right into that one.
What the hell? This is the kind of crap Donald would pull. Are you actually kidding me, Shayna? Welp, there goes one of my top women's stars, because I'm sure as hell not giving her 100K. And for the love of God. Once again, another top star of mine wants time off just 1 week before my next premium event. Bianca, you're lucky you're not currently doing anything important on my show, otherwise I would have said no. So let's go ahead and fully kickstart this Becky and Vortex rivalry. Donald can criticize me and make jokes about this all he wants, but he's going to be singing a different tune when I get a 5-star match booked out of the two. I know that was the premise with me losing my Vortex and Shayna bet, but the difference is I hadn't turned Vortex into a main eventer by that point. Maybe doing that earlier would have won me the bet. Who knows? I also signed Gigi Dolan as I need another addition to my brand due to Thea Hale leaving it. I'm resting Mello and others this time around, so they're raring to go for our premium event, which is our next show. This next premium event could be a vital point of the series given how close we all still are in terms of ratings. I really hope I can clutch it though. Just like I'll clutch it against Donald and win back the $1 million championships when I face him for the gold to capital punishment.
No Balor. Right, that's it? You've just lost those tag titles of yours? I am sick of you thinking you can disrespect the $1 million champion like that. In fact, Cody, you're absolutely cooking with this idea of yours. You and Braun are going to do my show justice and take those tag titles away from this Irish asshole. In the meantime, I'm going to be giving Baron the week off as well as give him a health spa card, so he's ready to go for his U.S. title defense against Damian Priest. And Priest, I'm sorry about your tag title situation. But for the love of God, you need to get Balor under control. I mean, look at Mommy Rhea Ripley. She lost her world title and she took it on the chin. Balor could stub his toe, and he'd make a 10-page article on how bad of a boss I am. It's as if the American government inserted themselves into the game and took the form of Finn, which makes no damn sense because the man isn't even American. I'm not quite sure what Joe was trying to cook with Penelope here, but at the very least he helped raise her popularity a bit, so she could be a decent asset for my show. Now I'd like to point out the obvious very quick. I know there's people asking for certain stars to appear in the series. Bray Wyatt and John Cena are a couple names that have been mentioned. But guys, it's more complicated than just buying them from the free agents list like last year. You gotta hope you can get them in the talent searches first. So it's basically a gamble. And then when you get them in the searches, you gotta pay more money than you would for food whilst we're still under Joe's economy. Just to sign them to your brand. Anyway, here's my full card for the show. Cody and Braun, please finish the damn story. And get those tag titles off that stupid Irishman before he can annoy me even further.
I'm glad you're excited for our next premium event, Bailey. Now I know I may be putting all my eggs into the basket here, but I've made it clear in previous episodes that I consider Tegan Knox a future face of the brand. For me to say that and not give her this $50K bonus would make me just as much of a hypocrite and liar as Donald is. Like what the hell happened to that wall he was on about making? Hopefully his jail time will stop all his plans of becoming president again. So I want to use that to the moon card that I just got right away, and I figured I could use it for creating a new star for my brand. Me saying that is kind of ironic considering Nakamura is the star I signed for this, because he was one of the most iconic wrestlers of the black and gold NXT era. So let's see if we can turn back the clock. He's going to take on Tommaso in what would be a hard-hitting match in real life. And whilst we get some promo talk for our Johnny versus Jimmy and Dakota versus fan rivalries, our darling Theory is going to be in action as he looks to build momentum for his final clash with Knight. And perhaps this is a bad idea, but why don't we go ahead and reignite the Bayley and Zelina rivalry that we had at the beginning of the series? Because I didn't exactly want to spend any more of my funds towards recruitment after already signing Nakamura.
So this time, I'm not going to bother taking the mickey out of your world title contender Braun losing, since I know that's more on the game than you.
8 episodes too late, but whatever. I appreciate it, Donald.
Wow. Seems like we can all still get along after all.
Welp, scratch that. I've just seen his main event.
Oh, come on, Donald.
At least Michelle managed to retain.
Are you high or something, Donald? That's Becky.
What I meant is that Becky calls herself the man, right? Just like what Michelle is.
Fat, orange asshole.
Guess I really did speak too soon.
Damn you, Cody. Why can't you ever finish the damn story?
Whoa, hold up. What's with this sudden hostility?
Towards the game he means.
Balor has been constantly disrespecting me in my emails, and I wanted him to lose those titles as punishment.
Oh, okay. So you've basically got a similar rivalry to what I had with Andre Chase in 2K23.
Absolutely not. You created that by being a complete buffoon. This is clearly the government trying to hold me back like they are in real life, by inserting themselves into the game and taking the form of Finn.
He's not American, though.
I know I'm still working on that part, making sense in this clearly obvious scheme. Wait a damn minute, Joe, didn't your darling Theory just lose?
I was kind of hoping you missed that.
So much for doing it like the best that it's obvious.
I hope Balor continues to make your show complete hell for you.
Oh, hell yes, boys, we moving up.
Crap. How did this happen? I swear I've been putting on good shows.
It's probably because you've been having poor openers or finales in your shows, Joe. If the first or last matches of your card aren't good, it will potentially cost you some fans.
Well, I couldn't care less about Joe's struggles. I want those fans' suggestions told to us regarding mine and Obama's bet situation now, unless your dementia head has forgotten about them.
God, you need a damn humbling and fast Donald. So the creator saw 2 suggestions in the last GM mode episode that he feels are good enough for helping resolve this. They come from Bella and Zoe, as well as longtime viewer and supporter of the channel, Flutter Dark.
Joe, wait a minute.
I know. Bella and Zoe's suggestion is unfortunately kind of null and void due to you already getting a title shot at capital punishment. But the second part of their suggestion is still really good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to incorporate both suggestions into the endgame. If Obama can get a 5-star match out of Becky and Vortex during our premium event in the next episode, Donald's original victory will no longer be valued, and the trade will be given to Obama instead. If Donald wins, though, not only does he still get one of Barry's stars as the original bet declared, but me and you will also not be able to use our best stars for the rest of the series. Donald would be able to choose 1 star of ours each that we would have to release from our brands, basically.
Those are some high-leveled stakes, but I guess we have no choice. We don't want to come off as frauds to our loyal fans after all.
What the hell do you mean? You're getting a title shot at capital punishment.
I mean exactly what I said, Donald. Did you seriously not think we'd be annoyed with how badly your ego has gotten since you won that $1 million championship? It's destroying the man I once called a friend and turning him into a monster that I can't even recognize anymore. And it's something George agrees with. So he's booked you and Obama to clash for the gold in the main event for his capital punishment show. He was going to announce it in the next episode of Universe Mode.
So you've both known about this. When the hell was this decision made?
When we were at George's ranch,
He stocked his fridge as a distraction, so the 3 of you could plot behind my back. I thought you guys were my friends.
We could say the same thing about you, because you haven't been acting like a friend recently.
No, screw this. Before I kick Obama's ass at capital punishment, I want a match with you, Joe.
You're on Donald.
I'm going to show you why I'm the top champion of George's Universe Mode, before Boris buries you once and for all and takes your $5 title in the process.
Jesus. Talk about an escalation.
What's with these stakes? Didn't Donald win the dang bet? Why is he not getting the star he wanted? WTF, you
Better honor the trade deal, you two-timing phone.
Clearly, you guys are wanting this settled once and for all. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Before we begin, though, in case some of you aren't caught up to recent events on the channel, I am here to give you all a rundown of what has brought us all to this crucial episode of GM Mode. You could very well say things began to escalate during the first episode of George's Universe Mode. The Rock laid the smackdown on Obama at the end of episode 1, right after the former president defeated both Donald and Joe in a triple threat match, to become the first ever $1 million champion on the channel.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
It was soon announced after that Barack and Mr. Johnson would square off in an ambulance match for the gold. Donald knew that neither him, Barack or Joe could beat The Rock fairly in one-on-one competition. And so to make sure the presidents would keep hold of the title, Donald gave Saul Goodman a generous sum of $1 million to create an ironclad contract for a $1 million title shot.
But to answer your question, this contract is as ironclad as it comes. I've been working on this ever since you brought the thought to my attention a couple of weeks ago.
So absolutely no appeals can be made?
Well, I mean, good lawyers can always find a way to appeal something. It's just a shame that none of them are as good as me.
He would use this right after The Rock had thrown Obama into that previously mentioned ambulance, thus stopping the quote-unquote final boss from taking complete control of the universe mode.
What in the hell? Get that graphic off the screen. This is not a damn title match.
Oh, I beg to differ, Rock. I just got a text from the one Saul Goodman telling me to leave the legal issues to the contract inside that briefcase. Something tells me Donald is initiating his contingency plan that he's been teasing us.
The definition of pay to win here, ladies and gentlemen.
Since then, I have made sure to strip The Rock of his final boss powers to stop this from ever happening again. Now, Mr. Johnson's part in this story is over. I imagine he'll be going after the tribal chief, but that can be saved for the next episode of Universe Mode. The story now fully focuses on the three presidents. Ever since the ambulance match events, Donald has become increasingly more difficult to deal with. His ego has hit an all-time high and continues to rise the longer he holds onto the gold.
You have the audacity to call my rivalries out when you're signing her of all people?
Something $1 million champion. Until I lose this title, you will never be able to make a comeback against me.
It also doesn't help that all three of the presidents are ready to blow their fuses off.
What the hell do you mean? You're getting a title shot at capital punishment.
I mean exactly what I said, Donald. Did you seriously not think we'd be annoyed with how badly your ego has gotten since you won that $1 million championship? It's destroying the man I once called a friend and turning him into a monster that I can't even recognize anymore. And it's something George agrees with. So he's booked you and Obama to clash for the gold in the main event for his capital punishment show. He was going to announce it in the next episode of Universe Mode.
So you've both known about this. When the hell was this decision made?
When we were at George's ranch?
He stocked his fridge as a distraction, so the three of you could plot behind my back.
And I'm sure we'll see this in full effect in the coming videos. When Donald takes on Joe in the next Universe Mode episode, before defending his title against Barack at capital punishment. But as for today, a bet will finally be settled. If Obama can't get a 5-star rating with his latest Vortex rivalry, Donald will not only gain one of his stars, but both Barack and Joe will be forced to release their best stars from their rosters, which could be bad for Joe's case, as it could very well be the end of Theory doing it like the best that it's obvious. A high-stake bet that is about to be put to rest once and for all. We hope you enjoy episode 9 of GM Mode, folks. And if you do, don't be afraid to click that subscribe button. And like the video if you want to see more content from us.
It's actually kind of fitting that I'm starting things with an email from Vortex here, considering that I'm once again relying on her to lead me to victory. And by victory, I mean winning this bet with Donald. He needs an attitude adjustment given to him badly. And this will be the start of that, followed by both me and Joe beating him in the next couple Universe Mode episodes. Vortex will actually be kicking off our Fastlane event by taking on Becky Lynch for the Women's Championship. And to try and help my chances of getting a 5-star match here, we're going to make this a submission match. Seeing as this is Becky's specialty match, we should hopefully get a match rating boost here, which we need as this rivalry is not at max level. So I'm going to have to get on my Drew grind here and pray and hope that this bet will go my way. But we should be in for a good night of action here. Braun and Santos are going to be main eventing and ending their hot potato championship feud. Dominic and Mello are also going to be finishing their rivalry off too. So hopefully we should get a good match rating from them since they have a level 4 rivalry cooking. Also, our Intercontinental Champion JD is back from injury. Now, why is he in a triple threat with Angelo and Dawkins, who are currently feuding with each other? Well, he's going to be putting his title on the line against both of them.
Hold up. Wait a minute, something ain't right. Liar!
Honestly, though, I'm not too fussed about how my show does. I know I was making a case on the importance of trying to get away from Donald and Joe in the ratings, but this bet I have with Trump is far more vital.
By Montel, I just don't care. You too, Seth, because let's be frank, you were going to probably quit on me soon anyway. Oh my God, guys, look at this. Balor is finally gone. And you know what? I just figured out what was happening. It wasn't the American government trying to screw me in the game after all. It was just the creator's friend game producer, Six, doing that to me for the fun of it. Because he's Irish just like that idiot Finn, so screw you for that GP. So with Finn gone, I once again was given extra funding from him terminating his contract, which we can now use to buy a couple of new stars to fill the void. Through some talent scouting, I got some decent picks in the form of the Big Red Machine Kane, as well as my best friend in the whole world, Logan Paul. Two fellow champions on the same page. With me, of course, being the $1 million champion after all, which will not end after capital punishment, by the way. But before I beat Barack in the ring, I get to beat him again in GM mode betting. Everything is coming along the Donald way here, ladies and gentlemen, as it always should go, just like it will when I become president again. Fake federal charges be damned. So how's my Fastlane show gonna go? Well, since it's Seth's last appearance for us, I figured I could give him a final big-time match. Because I will admit I've not used him the way a star like him should be used. He'll be in the main event battling for the World Championship against Gunther and Cody Rhodes. Our new signing, Logan Paul, is going to fight Big E, whilst our other signing, Kane, is going to start a feud with Damian Priest. And if he can win the United States title here, it may just very well strengthen his and Kane's future rivalry.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Liar!
Let's get this show on the road then, boys. It doesn't matter how good Sleepy Joe's show is, because I guarantee you it won't be as good as mine.
Oh no, I think Tegan has played me here. I just gave her a bonus last week for crying out loud. This push that I have planned for her better be worth it after this increased inflation. Reminds me of my presidency. I really need to stop napping during meetings concerning this. So listen, Knight, you should know the drill by now. You've had your fun as the top guy of the brand, but now it's time to solidify my darling Theory's reign by giving him a fixed match card. I won't forget what you've done here for me, Knight. I guarantee that I'll be making you the NXT North American Champion once this is done. I'm quite confident with the show that I have created here. It is my job as the president, after all, to create the best match cards. Knight will do the job one more time for my darling Theory. But whilst that happens, Tegan Knox and Io Sky are going to finish off their heated rivalry. And what better way to do that than seeing the two duke it out inside of a steel cage? Jimmy and Johnny are also going to finish things off with each other, as the two collide in what should be an intense last man standing match. Honestly, I'll be very surprised if I finish last here. But I think we all know the main situation here. I need Barack to come through for me and win this bet with Donald. Otherwise, we may be seeing the last of my darling Theory heading to the top, and it's not a surprise. Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh, hell yes. Let's go.
Now hold up. Wait a minute. My rivalry wasn't at level 4, so in that sense, it's an unfair conclusion.
Oh, just knock it off, already
Wait,
buried.
what the hell, Joe?
Look, I don't like the result either. I mean, I could very well lose my darling Theory because of this. But I'm just sick of all this bet nonsense, just like most of the fans watching are sick of it too. I just want to move on from this. Donald, congratulations on your victory.
You'll be saying that exact same sentence at the end of the year too.
Oh, come on, Donald.
What do you mean? You both went behind my back to plot against me. Look, I know I've been plenty more egotistical since I won the $1 million championship. But can you blame me? Can the two of you really say you wouldn't be acting the same way if you were a champion?
I literally just became the $5 champion, Donald.
Okay, but that's still not the top prize in George's Universe mode, is it? I'm the main man of the show, and I'll prove that fact when I beat your ass in our match in the next Universe mode episode. Braun getting injured there is a bit of a damper, but collateral is always expected.
Whatever, Donald. Just tell me who you want from my brand already.
You're not going to make me rush this decision, Obama. I will make my choice when we get to the trade selection screen. Yes, there goes my bestie winning on his debut.
So because you appeared on his podcast, you're now best friends? What if Joe takes up Logan's offer to be in it too? Does he become Logan's friend as well?
Why would anyone want to be friends with the worst president in history?
I am suffering from so much emotional damage right now.
Oh God, Joe. Donald, please take things a little easier on him. He's not in a good state at the moment.
Okay. Maybe I did go a little too hard on him just then.
Nothing a little Theory magic can't fix,
That's
though.
you more or less confirming you used a fixed match card on him then. It would be a shame if Theory is the one you have to release, wouldn't it,
Donald,
Joe?
knock it off.
Right. Someone's going to need to explain to me how you're first Obama.
That would be because of the Hall of Fame trophies. To be honest, I think it's clear that none of us were trying to earn any of them. But hey, it's another ticket towards my victory, so I'll take it.
Yeah, speaking of victory, it's time to pay up Barry. It's trade time.
Fine. Who do you want?
I don't really think it takes a genius to figure out Barack. I want your most popular star. So who is it?
That would be Angelo Dawkins.
Angelo?
Hey, put some respect on Angelo's name.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just surprised is all. But I'll gladly take that 79 popularity.
For the love of God.
Also, you need to release Santos too.
Why do I have to do that?
Because the parameters of the bet that we agreed to last episode indicate that you and Joe now have to release your most popular star. But that comes after our original bet was dealt with. So in essence, Barack, screw you.
Oh no, screw. You, Donald. I swear to God, I'm getting that title off your tan hands.
Whatever. Just remember to release Santos in the next episode. You as well, Joe. You have to release Nakamura.
Could have been worse for me. I'm just glad it's not my darling Theory. But Donald, can't you see what your ego has done? You've potentially inflicted unfixable damage to our friendship. I promise you, Donald, when we meet in the next Universe Mode episode, I'm knocking that ego right out of you.
Big talk for an 80-year-old fossil. I'll be seeing you in the ring very soon, Joe.
Okay, look guys, I understand there's a lot of tension between the three of us. But please hear me out before you guys say anything. I understand we're not on the same page right now. And I'm fine with that being the case until after capital punishment, when you and I have our match, Donald. But we cannot let this tension affect our GM Mode series. We've come way too far in that series to put a halt to it now because of the situations we have going on in the Universe Mode. So I called you both here for the sake of agreeing to a truce. We put this tension under the rug during our GM Mode sessions for the sake of our fine viewers watching at home. And when it's time for capital punishment, then Donald, you and I can then unleash all of our built-up anger and frustration on one another when we clash for the $1 Million Championship. But we are not taking the GM Mode series through that soon-to-be-created fire. We have to put the series and the people over our drama. Can we please agree to that?
I mean, I'm fine with agreeing to these terms. Despite losing to Donald in our match, I'm more concerned with putting Boris in his place at capital punishment anyway. So it's really up to just you and Donald, not the three of us.
Putting Boris in his place? Boris isn't the one who belongs in a damn coffin, Joe.
That's enough, Donald!
Whoa. I was only referencing the fact that he and Boris are going to be competing in a casket match at capital punishment. I swear I meant nothing by it.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't.
I am fine with calling a truce during our GM Mode sessions. But Barack, I guarantee that will not be the case when I get my hands on you in our $1 Million Championship match.
So it's clear that my roster is going to be in tatters. Wait, Donald, what the hell are you still doing in here? It's not your turn yet.
Don't worry, Barack. Things will remain civil as we initially agreed when we were in that call. But I need to make sure you're going to stick to the parameters of the bet and release Santos Escobar from your roster. I'll be doing the same thing to Joe when it's his turn. It's nothing personal. It's just business. The art of the deal, if you will.
Okay, quick question. Just out of curiosity, if you had to choose between dropping the $1 Million title or never speaking about the art of the deal again, which would you pick?
Oh, wow. Never thought I'd say this, but perhaps there truly are questions that not even the Donald can answer. Hey, wait a damn minute. Santos isn't your most popular star?
I guess the popularity and stamina stats we saw on the trade screen were the ones our stars had before our Fastlane event. But you know what? You said I had to release Santos. In fact, you put your foot down on it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not exactly breaking parameters if I was to still release him instead of someone else.
Fine, I'll let you have that. Not knowing that the stat changes from our Fastlane event hadn't yet been implemented was a critical error on my part.
Damn. I think that's the first time I've heard you admit that you've made a critical error. You didn't even admit that during your trial.
Why the hell would I have said that during my trial? The whole thing was complete corruption made by Joe's presidency to begin with. But speaking of critical errors, did you see his performance in the election last week?
I know he's my VP, but I think his age is finally starting to get to him. Wait a minute, were we just being civil to one another?
I mean, that was the agreement, was it not? Anyways, I'll let you get back to your booking. You mind if I raid your fridge before it's my turn?
Sure, knock yourself out. Now, it's actually kind of fitting that we've landed on this screen here. You see, a couple of you pointed this out to us on our last episode. We're not using the assets we have to their full ability. Now, I can't speak for the other two, but the reason I never thought about upgrading my show logistics is because I didn't want to be spending too much money. especially when it feels like we're living in Joe's economy whilst playing this because everything here costs an arm and a leg. But a couple of you actually went into detail and explained why it's crucial to upgrade these. So thank you for that. I will now attempt to upgrade my logistics a bit and hope it gives me a bit of an edge when it comes to winning this series. Hopefully Donald and Joe haven't come across these comments yet. So I needed some recruitment after losing Santos. And whilst I didn't get Wyatt like many of you have been wanting, I got the next best thing in the form of Uncle Howdy. And wow, what a debut he and his new group had. I'm sure Bray was smiling down on them during that segment. It's one of those moments that makes you smile and cry at the same time. It was beautiful. So remember when Donald gave Bray the United States title during our 2K23 GM mode series? As a tribute to the man, I figured I could do something similar with Uncle Howdy. Unless, of course, JD ends up retaining here, which I really hope he doesn't. Unfortunately, I don't have a fixed match card to stop that potential outcome. We're also going to be starting a rivalry between two of the hottest up-and-comers the WWE has at the moment. Braun Breaker will be putting his title on the line against Carmelo Hayes. This could easily be a future WrestleMania main event.
This Ronda experiment has been a waste of time and money. Please exit the premises of my show and go back to hating wrestling on whatever podcast you're on this week. As if Joe was actually right about her. He really was just trying to help me when he called me out about signing her. Now, what in God's name are these trash excuses of Shake Cup cards? Screw it, I'm just going to take one of these at random because I honestly can't think of one that would greatly benefit me at the moment. So if you guys remember, with me winning the bet against Obama, he had to trade me his most popular star at the time. Surprisingly, it was Angelo Dawkins of all people. It's great to see the man getting some more recognition, even if it is just a video game. Anyways, I plan to use him in a strong rivalry with my United States champion Baron Corbin, who has become quite the popular star in his own right. Did you guys know that Baron has only held one title on the main roster in real life? He recently became an NXT Tag Team Champion, but he shouldn't have had to go back to developmental just to get his hands on gold again. As for the rest of the show, we're going to use Ronda in her last match by having her face Mami Rhea in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And I'm also going to be trying to build the feud with Gunther and Cody up a bit more. They're both on fumes at the moment in terms of stamina, so unfortunately I can't be putting them in matches for quite some time.
So I'm going to be putting Nakamura and Theory in the main event tonight. Nakamura wanted a main event match, and my darling Theory wanted to actually team with the man. I love it when a plan comes together like that. Wait a minute. Wasn't there something Donald wanted me to do?
As the parameters of the bet that we agreed to last episode indicate that you and Joe now have to release your most popular star. You have to release Nakamura.
Could have been worse for me. Nope, can't think of anything. Damn this dementia of mine.
Oh my lordy lord! I'm rich!
Jill, we're rich? Let's go buy the world's biggest bed and an entire ice cream parlor to ourselves. Happiness that I've just been given a massive advantage over the boys aside. My show is honestly a really simple one to follow, so it really won't take me long at all to book. I'm basically going to make sure not to spend any unnecessary funds on new stars and such here, so that my budget for next week will be as big as I can possibly make it with the double-up shake-up card I just got. And even with that in mind, I've still managed to get a pretty decent women's title match on my card tonight. Things are coming up Biden just like they will at the election this year.
Donald, what are you still doing in here?
What do you mean? I've booked my show, so I came back to finish raiding your fridge. Please tell Manchel to stop buying so much healthy crap, though.
But weren't you going to make sure Joe released Nakamura just like I had to do to Santos?
Oh, crap. Listen, Joe. Did you release Nakamura like I told you to?
Release Nakamura? Oh yeah, now I remember. You know how bad my dementia can get, Donald.
You son of a bitch!
Now hang on, Donald, I gotta interject here. Now yes, whilst the solution for our bet made by our fine viewers included Joe losing his most popular star, there were others who were actually quite confused on why Joe was also getting punished. And to be fair, I agree.
I hope you're not just saying this because of this little truce you've called for whilst we play through GM mode.
Not at all, Donald. Joe was completely innocent in this. Remember, the bet was between just me and you. And for the love of God, Braun, you holding on to the title for more than 1 week is somehow even more impossible than Michelle buying food that isn't healthy.
Okay, 3 things. 1, screw you, Ronda, for not putting over Rhea in your last match for my show. 2, I bloody well knew Michelle had you on a health grind Obama. And 3, I'm willing to let Joe keep Nakamura if that is indeed what the viewers want. Besides, I got my revenge on him anyway by beating him in the ring in the last Universe Mode episode. I don't exactly need to go overboard on him.
You just had to include me losing our match during that speech of yours, didn't you? Whatever. I'll redeem myself by putting Boris in a casket at capital punishment.
which I'm sure everyone would love to see. Anyway, you heard Donald, folks. Let us know if Joe gets to keep Nakamura or not.
I am so cooking right now.
As if you're actually turning Baron Corbin, of all people, into a star. And using Angelo Dawkins, of all people, to do it.
Skill issue, Barack. You'd still have Dawkins on your brand if you had won the bet.
Wait a damn minute, did Bailey just lose?
Oh, damn, hasn't Bailey been your women's champion since the start of the series?
Man, this sucks. I wanted her to go on a full series reign, then possibly lose the gold to Tegan Nox in the final episode.
Look on the bright side, Joe. At least your world champions can keep hold of the gold for longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah, for real. What in the world is going on with Braun Breaker Obama?
How should I know? It's the game making the simulation decisions after all.
Maybe you could turn it into a fun story about Braun not thinking he can cut it as the top champion and overcoming that fear.
I'm sorry, Joe, but that's a stupid idea, considering the fact that Braun is literally spearing people in half every week in real life.
Don't you think for a damn second, by the way, Joe, that we missed you giving another damn title to Theory?
I think you meant to say my darling Theory.
I hope you're the one being put into the casket now instead of Boris. Wait a damn minute.
Ah, see, you've noticed.
What the hell, Joe? Did you get some kind of shake-up card that increased your budget?
Actually, yes, that's exactly what happened.
This is absolute garbage. Mudsdale manure. I got absolute crap with my shake-up cards. How is this fair?
Let him have this, Donald. He'll probably freeze up like he did at the election debate and forget he even has double the budget now.
What the hell, Obama?
Good one, Obama.
That wasn't nice at all.
Oh, come on, Joe, you know I'm just horsing around. I'm just trying to be civil with Donald.
And why do I have to be the butt of the joke for that to happen?
Oh, stop being a sourpuss, Joe. You're the one who's been given free money, which is weird since that's supposed to be my gimmick. Anyway, let's get to booking our last shows of the episode.
I appreciate you taking a lower contract extension offer, Dominic. Perhaps you're not as bad of a son as we think you are. Cora, I have no problem with you taking your balls and going home like you did that one time in NXT. And Lashley wants time off. I feel like he's been off my shows quite a lot this series. Maybe age is finally getting to him. He's 47 years old after all. So check out who I found in the talent scout search. I found Cody Rhodes. Now, how can this possibly work, you may ask? Well, remember when Donald signed Seth Rollins early on in the series, and it turned out it was the 2015 version he signed? Well, this is 2011 Cody Rhodes, during his undashing era. What this means is both me and Donald can have Cody Rhodes on our brands. And Lord knows I need some more star power after losing Santos. Plus, the stamina levels of my remaining stars are quite low. So let's see if we can add some strength back to those factors with this signing. How's our show looking this time then? Well, JD and Uncle Howdy are going to be continuing their rivalry over the Intercontinental Championship. Cody Rhodes is going to be in action against our world champion Carmelo Hayes. Maybe we can start a title feud between the two since Braun, for whatever reason, has butterfingers when it comes to keeping hold of the gold. And Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair are going to run it back from earlier on in the series with the women's title up for grabs.
Sorry, Big E, but your time of being a big meaty man slapping meat comes to an end. I really don't have any concrete plans for you, and have only been using you to help elevate my best friend Logan Paul. It's just businessman, just like this. He's asked me to turn him face. And I couldn't agree more with his proposal. I mean, who in the world wouldn't love this man? He has the biggest podcast in the world, and he invited me to be on an episode of it. Instant Cody Rhodes levels of babyface right there. It's crazy how I've got 2 stars in the 80s in terms of popularity. The problem, though, is that I currently can't use both Corbin and Dawkins because of the fact that they have no stamina. So I'm simply going to be trying to boost up their rivalry level through promo talk whilst they recover their lost stamina. I'm actually regretting not extending Big E's contract now, because that's left an open spot on my shows card, so we're going to have to fix this by signing Apollo Crews from the Talent Scout search just to fill that spot back up again. I would have paid more money to keep Big E, though, if the game had gifted me with the damn double money card like it did to Joe. But we're going to use Big E to the fullest in his last match. He'll be main eventing the show with Logan Paul, whilst Kane and Damian Priest kick off the show with a tables match.
What? How can you be unhappy? You're my damn women's champion. Screw her. Now that I have all this extra income in my budget, I can just dispose of Zelina and be done with her. Besides, I'm off out for a bit of main event star shopping in the Talent Scout searching. Let's see who we find.
This work? It do. It's just me, Ooze.
I prayed for this and it happened.
I don't shut up, I grow up, and when I look at you, I throw up.
God. Is that? You know who it is? It's Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is here. Wyatt is on Raw. The Fiend.
I'm really happy with getting The Fiend especially. I know there's been a lot of you asking for one of us to add Bray Wyatt to the series. And we thank you all for the patience it's taken for us to get this far. Who would have thought that all it would take for me to take the jump to acquiring him would be to get a double budget shakeup using nothing but the finest of skill. Okay, yeah, I can't even say that with a straight face. RNG was very kind to me today. So how are we going to use these new stars then? Well, I really don't have a clue. I just wanted to upgrade my roster a bit. My vision is to have Bray Wyatt go after my darling Theory for the gold. But we can save that for our final premium event of the series, which will be WrestleMania. For now, though, my darling Theory is actually in a world title program with Chad Gable, and we're going to be increasing their rivalry level through promo talk. Meanwhile, seeing as the women's title is now vacated, I can't think of a better time to make the start on Tegan Nox's main event push than now. She'll be feuding with Bayley over the vacated gold, and then as promised night, I'll be doing my damn hardest to get you that North American Championship. Let's see if you can take down Jimmy Uso in the main event.
Oh my God, JD is such an
Fellas,
ass.
I'm more than happy for you to make fun of his pathetic Minecraft ass head for this.
I hope Uncle Howdy destroys the entire Judgment Day faction in real life because of this. Dominic especially for being a terrible son.
Donald? What's up, Joe?
Nothing really. I guess I was just expecting a Hunter Biden joke there.
Is that 2011 Cody Rhodes?
Indeed, it is Donald.
Nice pull. All we need now is for Joe to acquire Stardust so we can complete the Cody equivalent of the Triforce. Anyway, Joe, in regards to your Hunter Biden query, I'm just keeping things civil as we all agreed we would. A Hunter Biden quip would definitely start an argument between the two of us. And to be honest,
oh damn new champion.
I really have been enjoying the lack of animosity between us. It feels like we're back to the first few episodes again where our jabs towards each other was just playful banter.
I knew it. I knew you were still good, Donald.
Absolutely not. I am the baddest man on the planet. And I have the $1 million strap to prove that. But look, at the end of the day, the three of us are always going to be friends. And Barack, I think after our match at Capital Punishment, I think we'll definitely be able to patch things up. But I'd say it's pretty essential for our friendship that we have that match and end this beef once and for all.
I agree. Beat our personal animosity out of each other, and then go out and have a couple cold ones to celebrate. Or as I like to call it, the Sheamus and McIntyre theorem.
And at the end of the day, the $1 million title will still stay with the three of us regardless of the outcome. But the outcome will be me beating you for the gold, Obama. You can count on that.
Yeah, we'll see, Donald.
Also, I see you're already using that loan of $500,000 to the fullest, Joe, by buffing up your roster. Lucky old ass.
If I've got the money, I'm damn well going to flaunt and use it. Spit on that thing and bye. You can't be too mad at me, though, since I signed Bray Wyatt.
Which basically just means the request for John Cena showing up in the series is just going to skyrocket.
Which literally makes no sense. Cause like, has anyone even seen him before?
I know I'm old and my eyesight isn't what it used to be. But you literally can't see someone who's always invisible. Guys, look, who just won?
Well, that was fun. Despite the fact that Barack being first literally makes no sense.
Donald, the sense you're looking for is the damn trophy count we all have. To be fair, though, it's not like we've really been dedicating time to earning them. So we should probably do that during the 5 episodes this series has left.
We also need to put some work in on boosting our show logistics. My dementia keeps flaring up, so I always forget to mention them.
Oh, damn, you're right, Joe. I've been so focused on being the $1 million champion that I never really sit and think about the intricacies of the assets we have available. So I should probably look into the logistics as well.
Well, damn. There goes my advantage.
What do you mean, Barack?
Don't worry about it, Donald. We hope you all enjoyed this episode of GM Mode. We'll be back with episode 11 as our next video, followed by the special Capital Punishment episode of the Presidential Universe Mode,
where Joe and Boris will try throwing each other into a funeral box, and where Barack will lose to the greatest $1 million champion of all time, me.
Once again, we'll see Donald.
But with that said, I've got an 18-hour nap to get started on. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more content from us. We'll catch you guys next time.